Good afternoon. It is June 30th, 2021, and today looks like I think it was a range day just with an upward bias most of the day. Early in the day, well, actually, pretty much all day, it's just very choppy and not a lot of good entries. I think pretty much all of these are aggressive. This one. Yeah, I think this is a good one. I'm gonna stick with marking this blue, but other than that, I think these are all very aggressive. This one, I don't know. This might even be a red. It's really hard to say, but I don't know. This we'll talk about that when I get to it. But very choppy, not good setups. I got trapped out being way too aggressive on one early, and I kind of just called it a day after that. But let's take a look. We had this massive, okay, so overnight highs, overnight lows down here, marked by these yellow lines. And we get this two legs down, and then we get this big leg down, followed by another smaller leg down. This might be, yeah, that's actually, this is a perfect measured move of this. So something to think about. And then we get resistance down here, pull back, just the first entry though. Let's see. I like this. So I was looking at it like this at this point. Let's see. So I said, yeah, it looks like a range day, but right now it has a downward bias. So we start moving down, and we do get this. The closes here are higher, but this trend line really looked like it was working. And you see here, it looks like we got a touch off the midline. So this, to me, looked like a channel down. And so we get this lower high here, and I really like that entry. And as you can see, that worked. That trapped a bunch of longs. I really do believe that at this point the bias was down. So even though we had this leg up, look, we get also, this is another reason to look at this as a short. We get a break, and we get two legs up. So once we get that lower high, I like going short there. It's aggressive just because it's a first entry. First entry, second entry, first entry. So it's a failed first entry long. And let me, there's so much going on here. Let me take that off. I'll take this off too. So prices find some resistance here. You get a first entry, failed second entry short, but the signal bar is no good. If that was a good signal bar, I would have went long. Because that's clearly off the trend channel. And then we come up here towards this price level, and we just get congestion. And I do think that this would have gotten you a scalp. I'm not sure, but that's just too congestive at the highs for me. You get a first entry, and then no chance to go short. Let's look at what this trend channel would have looked like if we went like that. That doesn't look like it. Oh, well, yeah, you could. That does kind of look like it gets confirmed. So this is not how I played it, but this does kind of look like it gets confirmed off of these highs. So let me delete this trend channel the way I played it, and let's look at this. And doesn't look like that really helps you with anything either. We get a break here. That's a bounce off of the bottom of this trend channel. But that's not the way I was looking at it personally. But that might be the more accurate way of playing it. Not too sure. Not too sure. So let me put it back the way I had it, which I actually found it off off these highs. That's how I was playing it. And then I just put my mouse here. So let's see, here we get some resistance. So off of these highs, and this touches here, you get a bounce here. So I think a lot of traders were probably playing it like that too. And you get a first entry, second entry, failed second entry, failed third entry. The reason I like that though is I was looking at this as congestion. Interesting. It's very interesting that I was looking at that as congestion at that point. Well, yeah, these are a bunch of overlapping bars, so that does make sense. So I was looking at it as like a break back into congestion, but that's very aggressive. You can tell how aggressive that is. Like, we don't know at this point. That's going into the highs as well. But we are making higher lows, so that's a good sign. Let's see, first entry, second entry. So this is a breakout pullback, and it looks like it might be, and that's actually first entry, second entry, first entry. So this is actually failed second entry short right here, and that's a good signal bar. So if you don't go long here, which is completely understandable, and you see this, maybe you would want to go long there. But yeah, these are all aggressive. However, it is off of this trend channel. So maybe I want to mark that right there. And we are consistently making higher lows. You can see here, we do get a break here. This kind of looks like a second entry long, first entry, second entry, and it also looks like a second entry long here. We can make this low, first entry, second entry, but it's not. So that is aggressive. But also I was expecting another leg up to a new high after the break of this channel. Then we start working down, first entry. And we just get super congestive. So what's this? So clearly this is just hyper congestive, and the reason I marked this trade is because at that point I had this range marked like this. Yeah, I think like this. Yeah. So that's like a failed break. Look at that. That's the first time breakout. We all know, according to Mack, that first time breakouts almost always fail. So that's why I like that for going short. Yes, it is aggressive. And then we work out the other side, and that's a beautiful trap. And this is the only one I'm marking as blue. Look, the bias is up all morning today, so we have a counter trend breakout. I really like that. And playing that as a trap, you got to go long above this bar, or else you're going long into the midline, and I don't like that. So that's the only in my eyes high probability setup of the day. So this is clearly a trap here. At this point, we know that this is the top of the range, especially because you should have seen that this is an important price level over here too. So, okay, the trap. Yeah, so we make this, we hit this price level once, comes down, tests it again. I don't know what happened after that, but we go one tick higher. So it traps all the people going long there, and it creates this downward channel for a while. And you do get a lower high here. That's definitely aggressive because you're going into the lows. You know what? I really shouldn't mark that, but it is off the trend channel, so that's why I would be looking at it. And I don't think you can go long here because it looks like it could set up a nice trap to trap people going long. But it is a failed breakout, so you might be thinking of it like that. And the bias has been up, but it is making new lows, so it's tough to say. But you get a chance for a first entry, failed second entry short here, and that does end up getting you a scalp. I would have entered it one tick above this, and I actually did enter it, but for the sake of this video, I wanted to end the trade. So I think I got out at break even. So very choppy today, but there were still some entries that you could feel pretty confident in taking. That's all I got for today. So I'll be back tomorrow.